Aries, what it do? Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a reading for the week of March 8th through the 14th. Thank you for joining me. If you've been here before, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, we'll get into your reading. Today's reading will be a message from your higher self. In general, all readings from the tarot are messages from your higher self. But let's get any specific things that want to come out for you. I'm going to start with a card from the Starseed Oracle. If you stick with me to the end of the reading, I will be reading this card from the guidebook and also pulling some advice from the Untethered Souls Oracle as well. Well and Orca elders, share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. There we go. So share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. Interesting there. Like I said, we will read that card at the end of this reading. But there is a message coming in that's sort of beyond the human ancestors that we have here. So I don't know if the ocean has something to do with you, if you're a singer or not, if you're whatever songs you've been listening to lately that have been calling you. There's something there that has to do with sound and songs for you, Aries. Underneath the deck, we have the King of Pinnacles. So you're probably feeling pretty grounded right now, or at least you're striving to be pretty grounded, as well as potentially working on your finances, working on your home, something like that. You could be dealing with an earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo there is a definite possibility. But the king of, so yeah, you could have somebody in your life that is showing up as this energy, or this could be you right now. We'll get into a little bit more detail, but definitely a very grounded energy is showing up around this week for you, Aries. You're showing up in this reading as the Seven of Cups. So it's possible that you could be confused about something. You may have a choice to make from a lot of different choices. This may also have to do with like a lot of different options coming in. The Seven of Cups has to do with illusion a lot of the time. So there may be some illusory, something that's fleeting that's in your life. Sometimes this card is called illusory success. Which just means that something that seems or is perceived as successful, or that it may be successful, is more of a temporary vision, something that's moving out of focus here. Situation has to do with the Knight of Pentacles. So some sort of action is being taken, perhaps towards you or you towards something else. Again, this is a situation. So I'm getting the sense that this has to do, whatever is going on for you this week has to do with something that around habits, something that has to do with potentially setting up new habits for yourself. You might be a little bit confused because there's a lot of different things that you could be doing. You may be stuffing your day with a lot of different things. As the Seven of Cups shows up here, it may be like, oh, do I focus on like working out? Do I focus on cleaning my home? Do I focus on, and home really is speaking loudly here, like how do I get my affairs in order? And there are a lot of different options. And the Knight of Pentacles is showing up here as a situation. Really, the message here is to slow down a little bit. I think there's also an opportunity here for you to work with the people around you. There may be somebody coming back in from the past for you to help you solidify what these things are. You may have just had a change in the way that you dealt with your day-to-day life. Six of Cups can sometimes mean an apology or something like that coming in. You do have 2 sixes showing up in the spread, which is another sign of like good luck coming in. But there's something that has to do with routine showing up for you here, Aries, and an opportunity to possibly reconcile with someone. So something around routine and reconciliation here. The Six of Wands is showing up as what the universe is working on. So Six of Wands is the success card in the deck. It's also the card of being seen, of having great success and other people noticing it, which can sometimes put us in a vulnerable position because being seen, I mean, it's like when you put something out there on like social media and then all of a sudden there's these eyes on it. There's this moment of wanting recognition, and then when you get it, sort of withdrawing a little bit because you realize you are so vulnerable, specifically to criticism and feedback around the things that you put out there. But the universe is working on bringing in a lot of success for you. What you don't see coming is the Eight of Swords. So there's an energy here of being stuck in the mind a little bit. So whatever situation that you're dealing with, perhaps around this reconciliation that's coming around, I think I would focus more on the routine that you're trying to reestablish. There seems to be an energy of going back to something, going like really sort of feeling like you want to go back to something because it's comfortable. And it's this thing that's keeping you stuck. And you don't see yourself doing it. This is a very unconscious behavior. You're sort of unconsciously going back to something that that has had you stuck in your head a little bit. And I'm getting a lot of head in the clouds energy. And this really does have to do with not knowing what to do with the energy that is going on around you, or not knowing what to do with this new time, I think, that you've created for yourself. I'm getting the sense that a part of this, like establishing new routine, is trying to figure out how to spend your time. In the near future, we have the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups has to do with loss and sadness. So whenever I see the Five of Cups energy, or really any minor arcana at all, it's really a reminder that that these things are temporary, but there is some sadness, and it really has to do with like how you focus on things. If you look at this card, there are 2 cups behind this figure in the foreground, or in the background behind this figure, and in the foreground this figure is focusing on these 3 lost cups. So I think, and this has to do with any time we feel like great happiness. The Three of Cups has to do with happiness and celebration, and coming together with friends, and this energy of like being with people. Two of Cups has to do with love and friendship and mutual sort of situations. And in your recent past, we actually have the Two of Cups. So I think you're focusing, or in the near future, you might focus on things that you've lost and not really realize that like this friendship or this energy, this relationship, something is sort of behind you. So either you started something new, romantically, or a deep friendship or something, and that's sort of like, you started it new and like the newness of it is worn off or something like that, or something literally is like behind you, right? These Two of Cups are behind that person, and they're not seeing that thing, so they're just focused on the loss and the sadness that comes in the foreground of this card. You are showing up in this situation as the Moon, so you're showing up as being deeply emotional here, a bit mysterious, where you may be keeping secrets. This is like the hard to read card, right? Like there's an energy here of like you showing up as like this big, like kind of like the dark side of the moon here. There's like the sun energy, which is like happy and free and like being seen and feeling the energy of the sun. And then there's the moon, which is like very mysterious. It's almost like working off of from a secret point of view or a secretive point of view. So not really being completely transparent is the energy that I'm getting here. What's right in front of you is the Nine of Pentacles. So I see you being very successful. I see you having all the tools and things that you need, specifically in terms of money. I see money being kind of very good here. But kind of really exploring some time alone, whatever that means for you. So having to, you know, as we see this reconciliation come in, there's a lot of cups, so this, and the moon, so this is a deeply emotional read. And as these pentacles are showing up, it's like trying to ground yourself in your individual energy, and figuring out how to be a little bit more individualistic here, so that you can be better for other people, is what I'm seeing. Hopes and fears have to do with the Ten of Wands. I feel like you need to drop some burdens, Aries. This is a fire card. There's a lot that's being carried around. This person, you know, in some decks, the Ten of Wands doesn't see where he is going. But in this deck, it's like you're almost aware that you're carrying this burden, but you're trying to get somewhere. You're trying to you can see where you're going here. And it's almost like other people are aware. They're like telling you to drop this burden, but you seem to still be wanting to carry it here. The outcome is the Ace of Swords here for you. So we do see an energy of truth coming in, lots of truth energy here for you. Perhaps a new beginning in terms of like a new idea coming in for you, perhaps on how to structure your routine and how to spend your days, but something new. And remember, the aces are about opportunity that needs to be acted upon in order for things to work out. I'm going to pull some advice for you from the Untethered Souls deck, but before I do that, let's go ahead and read this Well and Orca Elders card. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. The Well and Orca Elders are benevolent cosmic beings here to anchor a frequency of love onto the planet, to harmonize it with their song. As they weave around the oceans, they do so much more than any of us know. Their physical presence affects Earth's magnetic field, and their harmonics call us to wake up and remember our own soul's song. Looking into the eye of a well is something you'll never forget. Wells see into your very being, and in an instant, you're changed forever. They see beyond the physical, the woundings, the identity, the personality, the story. They see right into your soul. If you pull this card, you're being called to surrender to your deepest truth and share it with potency, to bow to who you truly are, to stretch your heart wide enough to hold it all, to leave your fears, doubts, and baggage at the door, to question any part of you that doesn't feel good enough. The Well and Orca Elders want you to give others the privilege of seeing who you truly are, and for you to see the same in other beings, to drop your hang-ups and personality flaws and get busy revealing the unique note your soul came here to sing. Allow the song that echoes in the four chambers of your heart to emanate in all four directions. Peel back the layers of suffering and pain and reveal to others your soul's true song, and endeavor to see the soul of all those you meet. The inquiry here is, how are you being called to share your soul's unique song? So, beautiful message there for you, Aries. Feel free to rewind that if anything stuck out to you in terms of how to move forward there. But it looks like showing yourself to others and also being open to how other people are in the world and how we all each have our own unique song and our soul resonates in that specific way. Let's get some advice for you here. Realize that the outside world and the flow of inner emotions come and go, but you, the one who experiences those things, remain consciously aware of whatever passes before you. Okay, Aries, that's what I have for you this week. Thank you for joining me. If you've made it this far, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.